Welcome to night number 37 of History Bedtime Stories in bed in our pajama jams. Tonight, I want to talk to you about a sensational party that Detroit kind of stole. It was supposed to be in New York, hosted by the General Electric Company to celebrate the Golden Jubilee of Light. Now, the Golden Jubilee of Light, that's a hell of a name for a party. But what it was actually referencing is the 50-year anniversary of Thomas Alva Edison's invention of the incandescent lamp, the light bulb. The party is planned by General Electric, and as kind of things start moving, the family of the now elderly Thomas Edison starts feeling uncomfortable with the plans. They think it's way too commercial, they think it's sort of exploiting the old inventor, and they just don't think it's a fitting tribute for the 50th anniversary of the incandescent lamp. So they reach out to a longtime friend, a lifelong friend, really, of Thomas Edison, Henry Ford. And they're like, Mr. Ford, this is happening. We're not real comfortable with it. Any chance you could kind of get into the works here and maybe pull some civility into this? And Henry Ford comes out swinging. He says, yes, absolutely. And he goes to General Electric and originally offers to sort of partner for the event. But within 3 weeks, he has moved the signature event, the sort of party on October 21st of 1929 from New York to Detroit. And he is lining it up with opening the Thomas Edison Institute, which most Detroiters know today as Greenfield Village and the Henry Ford Museum. It is a massive, massive outdoor and indoor museum, but in the outdoor space, they have historic buildings that have been painstakingly, beautifully taken brick by brick from their original location and moved to this sort of quasi-village, including Thomas Edison's Menlo Park laboratory. And Henry Ford has this little light bulb above his head moment where he says, we'll combine opening the Thomas Edison Institute with the Golden Jubilee of Light with Menlo Park, the laboratory where he originally comes up with the incandescent lamp. Perfect party. So plans are made. It's coming to Detroit, and all of a sudden the Detroit Common Council is like, we didn't get him anything. We didn't plan anything because we thought that party was in New York. And yeah, newspapers across the country were doing op-eds. And yes, biographies were being written, and it was this big celebrational year. But Detroit didn't think they were going to be in the spotlight. So in August of 1929, Common Council approves $22,000 to build, and I got out my postcard, a fountain. They complete it in less than 12 weeks. This is the Edison Memorial Fountain, sometimes referred to as the Golden Jubilee of Light Fountain. It cost $22,000 to build, is completed in just 12 weeks, and is unveiled on August 18th, 1929, 3 days before the official celebration. The plaque on this fountain reads October 21st, but they actually did it on the 18th because they all had to be at the Thomas Edison Institute on the 21st. The fountain itself is lovely. It boasts a 60-foot diameter limestone basin, and in low relief, carved around the top, are 60 pigeons. New lighting and jets and piping were all put in 1998. It is a beautifully functioning fountain on the west side of Grand Circus Park, and it's unveiled as Detroit's sort of gift or monument to the great Thomas Edison. On the actual 21st, Edison is sitting at his desk in Menlo Lab. Now, Menlo Lab has been moved across the country and rebuilt. Edison says it looks exactly the same, except they never kept it so clean. And at an appointed hour, people across this country were asked to turn off their lights. And then 104 radio stations in synchronicity recorded and broadcast as Thomas Edison connected two wires, duplicating the exact moment he found a working light bulb. At that moment, the broadcasters told America, Flip on your lights, and as the lights went on, including marquees on Broadway in New York, Chicago's Theater District, Atlantic City's Boardwalk, major groups got in on this light on, light off celebration. Thomas Edison was honored. That evening, there was a party hosted in Independence Hall at what is now Greenfield Village. It had some pretty swanky guests. Walter Chrysler, Andrew Mellon, who was the Treasury Secretary at the time, President Hoover, his wife, the First Lady, John D. Rockefeller Jr., Will Rogers, Orville Wright, Charles Schwab, and just to top it off, Albert Einstein, who couldn't be there in person, had a special radio line set up so that he could call in his speech. At the end of this celebration dinner, Edison rose and said, "The experience makes me realize as never before that Americans are sentimental, and that the crowning event of light's golden jubilee fills me with gratitude as to Henry Ford. Words are inadequate to express my feelings. I can only say to you that in the fullest and richest meaning of the term, he is my friend." Wash your hands. I'll see you tomorrow night, friends.